Time now for your forecast first. WRBL News 3 First Alert Weather.
We are finally tracking some showers and a few thunderstorms out across the area tonight. Some heavier rain across parts of Buena Vista, Sly County, even back across parts of Stewart County, and a good band just on the northern side of Columbus, stretching into parts of Harris County, Talbot County, and then over into Lee County as well. That stationary boundary stalled out, cooler towards the north and the west, some 60s, even lower 60s around LaGrange, still holding the 70s out across Americus and Albany. But for tomorrow, much of the same, 83 degrees, isolated showers and storms. We may get a break in the morning, and then that rain chance will come in late. I'll have that in your 7-day outlook. You're watching WRBL News 3 on your side.
Straight ahead, Cuthbert folks toured historic homes today, their experience of the event. Next, Columbus and Phoenix City folks got a lesson about the Deep South. Plus, a Birmingham child goes missing. Hear what her mother has to say.
On your side, this is News 3 Night Watch.
Good evening, I'm Shakira Speaks. The Georgia Trust for Historic Preservation hosted a tour this morning where guests learned the history to historic homes. The event, known as the Georgia Trust Fall Ramble, was held in Cuthbert, where dozens of visitors set their sights on the small town. News 3's Jamisha Lyde has the story. This is the 47th year the Georgia Trust hosted the event. The next ramble is scheduled to take place in the spring. The Columbus Phoenix City Tuskegee Alumni Club gave visitors an unforgettable tour, learning the historics about the Deep South. Various photos were displayed in a showroom at the Columbus Museum, focusing on the topic, Pride of the Swift Growing South. Photos like Booker T. Washington and past images from Tuskegee University were showcased, giving folks an idea on how life was in the early South. Visitors shared their own stories on how much has changed over the years. If you missed today's tour, you still have time to visit. You can go online to WRBL.com for more information. Well, don't miss out on any breaking news or any stories of the day. Download our app and make sure to turn on the push alerts. We're keeping an eye on a number of other big stories for you today. Recent studies have shown that vaping impairs the immune response system. Dr. Brandon Hooks at Ascension Borges says it could increase your chances of the flu turning into pneumonia. Right now, the CDC is evaluating the role vaping may have played in nearly 1,000 respiratory illnesses, including more than 20 vaping-related deaths. Dr. Hooks says now that flu season is here, people need to take care of their body. This is especially true for people who smoke, have lung disease, or use e-cigarettes. In women and younger patients, Dr. Hooks notes combination of vaping and exposure to the flu can create what he calls a perfect storm.
Vaping, when you're inhaling the smoke, is actually causing a change of events within your lungs, and it's impairing your immunity, it's impairing your lung function to actually fight infection, fight bacteria. And we know that with vaping, that it does do that. It does cause a magnitude of change in the lungs after one use.
Dr. Hooks says this year he's already seeing multiple cases of the flu. He's advising people to get their flu shots sooner rather than later. He says it's important to practice healthy hand hygiene and take care of your body. Well, LaGrange police have issued an arrest warrant for a woman whom they say stabbed another woman. Police say they responded to the 100 block of Cross Creek Drive in reference to a stabbing call around 1 a.m. this morning. Yvonne Brumbury is wanted for aggravated assault. They made contact with Shanari Frazier, who told them that Brumbury displayed a knife after the verbal altercation during a birthday party. According to the news release from LaGrange police, Frazier said that she put distance between herself and Brumbury, but while doing so, 43-year-old Tamika Dean stepped in to de-escalate the incident, but Brumbury became physical with Dean and stabbed her in the shoulder area. Dean was transported to the West Georgia Medical Center, where she was treated and released. LaGrange police are investigating a Saturday night shooting that injured 2 men. Police say they responded to the shooting in the 1100 block of Whitespill Street on Saturday night around 8:30. Officers made contact with Stephen Mills and Clyde Georgian, who both said they heard gunshots before they were hit with bullets. Police say Mills was shot once in the chest and Jordan was shot once in the leg. There are no known suspects at this time. The Birmingham Police Department has made contact with whom they believe to be the person of interest in kidnapping a 3-year-old girl, the girl that's on your screen right now. Police personnel are still searching for Camille Cupcake McKinney. She is still believed to be in extreme danger. She was last seen wearing a pink t-shirt with a Minnie Mouse leopard print design, leopard print shorts, and yellow, white, and blue hair bows at around 8:30 Saturday night.
Please just bring him back. Why you choose
And that was Camille's mother. Camille may have been abducted by 2 people traveling in a dark-colored black or blue SUV, possibly an older model Toyota 4Runner with rims and a tan bumper that sticks out. Police are investigating a reported mall shooting in Florida. Boca Raton, Florida's Town Center Mall was on lockdown following reports of shots fired this afternoon. Police officers say the situation did not involve an active shooter. Though some reports indicate one person has been shot, police have not confirmed whether there have been any injuries or casualties as a result of the shooting. Police were unable to find any shell casings and are unable to say if the incident was indeed a shooting.
The important thing to remember is that there's something that happened inside that mall today that caused people to get concerned, a lot of people at one time. So some noise went off, there's some type of bang. We need to get to the bottom of that if we can.
Chief Alexander says it's apparent the victim sustained the trauma by hitting his head on a door as he was leaving a particular area of the mall. They have not identified a suspect at this time. To a story that's making national news headlines, Fort Worth Police Department has released this body cam footage of an officer-involved shooting that killed a 28-year-old woman early Saturday morning. The footage shows a police officer fire through a window, killing Atiana Jefferson. Police say they got a call about a home's front door being open. A neighbor says he saw the front door open and he called the non-emergency number because he was concerned. In the body cam video, an officer is seen walking around the perimeter of the house with a flashlight and a gun drawn.
The officer observed a person through a rear window in the residence and fired a shot at that person. The officer did not announce that he was a police officer prior to shooting. What the officer observed and why he did not announce police will be addressed as the investigation continues. An 8-year-old male, Miss Jefferson's nephew, was inside the room during this time.
Police say after perceiving a threat, the officer can be heard saying, "Put your hands up, show me your hands," before immediately shooting through the window at the person inside. When officers then went into the home, police say they found a handgun, but have not said whether the gun was found near Jefferson or another part of the home. Keeping an eye on politics, President Trump is facing a new round of bipartisan backlash over his decision to withdraw all U.S. troops from northern Syria. And new revelations in the impeachment inquiry could put the president on the defensive. Democrats and Republicans have sounded the alarm.
Pulling back those 50 troops or whatever it was has given license to Turkey. And then now I think pulling out the remaining 1,000 in Syria is simply an excuse to get out.
I can think of nothing more disgusting in all the years I've been in Congress than what this president is allowing to happen with the Kurds.
Congress is also working on a bipartisan package of sanctions when it returns from recess this week, but the ongoing impeachment inquiry remains front and center. The top Democrat leading the investigation now says he doesn't need to interview the whistleblower who triggered the probe after filing a complaint about the president's phone call with the leader of Ukraine. We thank you so much for trusting WRBL News 3 as your favorite source for local news. Coming up after weather, what are all those balloons doing in the sky? We have that answer after Cody's first forecast. Now, Cody, when is it going to be cold? I go running in the morning and it's still cold, and then when I go to work, I'm sweating again. What is going on?
Well, we'll have to wait at least to the end of this coming week to actually get some fall-like weather in our forecast. The week, a chilly start on Thursday, 50 is going to be the morning low on Thursday. So finally, some fall-like weather. Pumpkin spice latte weather, possibly.
I'm not a big fan of the pumpkin spice.
And then by the weekend, we're still talking another chance of rain. So cooler temperatures, rain, we need it.
It's actually going to feel like fall for once.
I hope so.
Football weather for Friday night football.
Okay, well, I don't want to be cold on Fridays. And I'm not a big fan of the pumpkin spice lattes, but
it's that season.
I am happy it's going to be a little chilly when I go running in the morning. So that's
your
the
chilly
big
weather.
thing. So rain for the rest of this week.
At least through Wednesday.
Okay. Well, sounds good. All right, well, let's take a look at this after weather video. Over in New Mexico, where it's not raining, hot air balloons took to the sky this morning for the start of the last day of the 48th annual Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. At the time, the pilots briefing for the final mass ascension of the 2019 Balloon Fiesta officials said that they were looking at a fairly quiet weather pattern, not the same as over here, which is pretty good for the Albuquerque box. The picture-perfect Balloon Fiesta took place this morning. This was the last day, and it started on October 5th. So, looking at this video, it looks very serene, stress-free, very relaxing, not exactly what happened to us this weekend, but that did kind of calm my nerves after what happened with my Bulldogs.
Yeah,
and your Falcons.
Yeah, it wasn't a pretty sight. It's been a long week for Georgia sports fans. It's been a rough week. First the Braves, then UGA. It's the Falcons' turn to see if they can get it to go, turn it around. We'll let you know how that went. Plus, speaking of UGA, there's a lot.
All right, Jack and Cody, this is the Wife Carrying Championships where Olivia Rowling and Jerome Rome topped 44 other couples, completing the course in under a minute. The winners are taking home 6 cases of beer along with cash totaling 5 times the woman's weight, a tradition for the top couple. This year, that amount is $555. Now, the course is 278 yards long with 2 log hurdles and 1 water obstacle referred to as the Widowmaker. Now, I would never do that. I would never be carrying anybody on my back.
I am way too clumsy to do that.
Not me.
Especially upside down.
Right? Yeah. Last look at the 7-day forecast.
All right, keep the umbrella handy. Rain through middle portions of the week, then cooler weather by Friday. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Awesome. See you guys in the morning.